والصلاة والسلام على نبينا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today I'd like to talk briefly about Usool Fiqh, one of the signs of Islam, pertaining to how to bring about or how rulings are come about. I see a lot of brothers on Facebook speak about Usool Fiqh and they are reading translated books, and I see another group of brothers that are talking about they are Hanbali. They follow the Hanbali Mathab on Facebook, but none of them know Arabic language. So I find these two groups very popular, or these two trends very popular on Facebook and other social media. And I find that the people who are talking about these topics, Usool Fiqh, reading from the English book, that none of them have the Arabic language with them. So I want to have a short series, inshallah, speaking about Usool Fiqh and how you can't study Usool Fiqh without having Arabic language. And this is something that we need to talk about, because there's many of us that when we go to seek knowledge in Islam, that we take the back alley. Allah says in Quran, pertaining to enter the houses through the front doors and not the back doors. This is also related to ilm, that you seek knowledge through the front door, not through the back door. So seeking knowledge, there are abwab, there is a tariq, there is a way to seek ilm. And the first thing that a person who wants to understand the religion from the Islamic sciences, you must study the Arabic language. It is a must. There's no ways about it. I don't care how many books you read, translated books in English or any other language, you cannot master and study the Islamic sciences without the Arabic language. For those brothers who like to talk about Usool Fiqh, I'm going to show you how the foundations of Usool Fiqh is built on the Arabic language. So I'm going to read from Al-Waraqat. Alright? Imam Al-Haramain rahimahullah, he said, وَأُصُول وَطَرِيقُهُ عَلَى السَّبِيلِ الْإِجْمَالِ. So he said, Imam Al-Haramain rahimahullah, he said, Usool Fiqh, the principles of fiqh, the rudiments of fiqh, are upon the way al-isbal, al-sabil, ijmal. Right? Is on the way of ijmal. So ijmal means to make something big and something big to concise it. Right? To bring it together. Right? Wa kayfiyya al-istidlal biha. And how to, right, derive or bring out or extract out evidence with it, meaning using. Wa abwab usul fiqh, and the door or the chapters or the sections in usul fiqh, Aqsam al-Kalam. Alright? So he said the sections of usul fiqh, Aqsam al-Kalam. What are the parts of speech in Arabic? Aqsam al-Kalam. That's the first bab in Usool Fiqh. Aqsam al-Kalam. This is related to the Arabic language. Right? Aqsam al-Kalam. فَقُولْ مَا يُرَتِّبْ مِنْهُمْ الْكَلَامِ الْإِسْمَانِ وَإِسْمٌ وَفِعْلٌ وَفِعْلٌ وَحَرْفٌ أو اسم وحرف وكلام يقسم إلى أمر والنهي. So it says, it's mentioning the different parts of speech in Arabic language and nahu. This is the first section in Usool Fiqh. If you don't know Arabic, you cannot study Usool Fiqh. Usool Fiqh is building first off of the Arabic language. So Abwab Usool Fiqh, Aqsam Kalam, Wa Amr wa Nahi. Right? The parts of speech in the Arabic language. which you have to know Nahu, Arabic language, in and out. Then it says Al-Amr wa Nahi, right? Commandments and prohibitions. This is also connected to Aqsam al-Kalam. It's connected to the Arabic language because you don't know what Amr fi lugha Arabiya. How do you know something's a Amr? There's a way the Arabic language is used when you know something is Amr and Nahi. You have to know the Arabic language. So even that section, Amr wa Nahi, is connected to the Arabic language also. That's why the Sheikh mentioned for the first section in Usool Fiqh, Aqsam al-Kalam. Then he mentioned Al-Amr wa Khas, general and specific. Wal-Mujmal wal-Mubayyin, something that is collectively and something to make clear, right? Wa-Dhahir, right? Wa-Af'al, what is clear. Then Al-Af'al, different actions. All of this is connected to language. Then Nasik wal-Mansukh, related to things that are abrogated into the religion, right? Then he said At-Ta'arid, this is related to things or evidence that might contradict each other. Then he says Al-Ijma', right? Ijma', the Ijma' of the scholars, the Ijma'. Then Al-Akhbar, Al-Akhbar, yani As-Sidq min Qadhib, knowing the truth from falsehood. Wal-Qiyas, right? Analogy. Wa Hadru wa Al-Ibaha, right? Basically researching in the Sharia, in the religion, how to research proofs and evidence. All these things are connected to the Arabic language. وَالتَّرْتِيبُ الْأَدِلَّةِ, right? And how evidence come about. Mufti, al-Mufti wal-Mustafti. Oh man. Mufti wal-Mustafti, the one who give the fatwa and the one who asks for the fatwa. What's the condition of the Mufti? Then when we look into Usool Fiqh, what makes a person a Mufti? Look to the shurut al-Mufti wa Mustafti, right? You're going to look, what is the issue of the Mufti? What's the condition of the Mufti? They're going to say that he must know, the first thing is, must know and master the Arabic language and literature. Understand the hukms in the Quran. Understand the issues related to Nasikh wal Mansukh and Ijma', right? First, must know Arabic language. The Mufti must know the Arabic language. You're not a sheikh in Islam, not a scholar in Islam, if you don't know the Arabic language, because the Quran and Sunnah is in Arabic. And the Sharia law is taken from the river from Quran and Sunnah. So that the sheikh, the one who gives the Mufti, the sheikh, the one who gives the fatwa, he must know what? The ins and outs of the Arabic language and literature and etiquettes related to the Arabic language, because the Quran and Sunnah is in this. So no matter what you look at, when we go to Usool Fiqh, the first section is Lugha. Lugha. We have another section, Al-Majaz. Al-Majaz. That's related to Lugha. Right? Majaz. That's related to Lugha also. Right? So when we go to the first section of Usool Fiqh, Aqsam al-Kalam, the parts of speech, right? How a person, a Muslim, how you really gonna learn about Usool Fiqh or any of these things, and no one wants to study the Arabic language? I don't care how many books you read in English, how many books you read, how much things are explained to you in the English language about these subjects. You will never understand it and never be able to implement it if you don't know the Arabic language. All these things are connected to the Arabic language, Quran, Nasikh wal Mansukh. You have to know Arabic language, understand the Quran and the Sunnah to understand what's abrogated by what. You can't do al-Ibaha, right? Al-Ibaha means researching, evidence, proofs, why scholars have different opinions, where you have to search, research. You can't do this without the Arabic language, because when you go to the matan of the hadith or the ayat or the tafsir or whatever you're doing, it's in the Arabic language. Usool Fiqh is breaking down how scholars derive proofs and evidence. Al-Qiyas, You can't understand qiyas until you have what? All these other subjects that are mentioned locked down. Qiyas is not for the average, it's not for the layman Muslim. So you can't do qiyas and you can't understand the text of the religion or the nusus of the religion. You don't understand the language of it. These things aren't all translated into the English language. So when people talk about I want to study Usool Fiqh and don't want to get into the Arabic language, yeah, it's like you're trying to go through the house through the back doors. You seek ilm through the front door, not the back door. And what happened is by a lot of translated books in English for the related to religious subjects, you guys are trying to go to knowledge through the back door. And then you have no foundation. If you don't have Arabic language, you're trying to go around the back door, you will never accomplish anything related to understanding the religion of Islam and its sciences. If you go through the back door. Ain't no shortcuts to Talib al-Ilm. Skipping Arabic language is not a shortcut to Talib al-Ilm. Rather yet, learning the Arabic language is the quickest way to get the ilm. It is the quickest way to get the knowledge. Even here, I'm looking. It says what it says. It's talking about Nasikh wa Mansukh from the from Abwab Usool Fiqh, Aqsam al-Kalam, Amr wa Nahi, those related to the Arabic language. Am wa Qas, related to the Arabic language too. Mujmal wa Mubayyin, right? Related to the Arabic language also. Can derive these things. Al-Zahir, wa Af'al, wa Nasikh wa Mansukh, wa Ta'arrid, wa Ijma', wa Akhbar. What's Akhbar? Akhbar is related to Mustalah Hadith. Al-Akhbar. It's related to Mutawattir and things like this. All these things you have to study and understand these other subjects because Usool Fiqh also is taken from other Islamic sciences and bringing them about together. So within Usool Fiqh it has Nahu, it has Lugha Arabiya wa Sarf. Within it has Mustalah Hadith. Alright? Within it is Mustalah Hadith. We're going to see Al-Akhbar as related to science of Hadith. Al-Qiyas. Can't do Qiyas unless you understand Fiqh in and out. The Fiqh, the books of Fiqh, Abwab al-Fiqh, the different Mathabs, the different opinions to base opinion using Al-Qiyas or Ijtihad also. Mufti wa Mustafti. Mufti, definitely have to know the Arabic language related to that. I want to talk about the other groups of brothers on Facebook. The Hanbali Mathab. These brothers are so arrogant, some of them. I have some of them on my Facebook page. I share something with one of them. Oh, I don't need to know that. I am Hanbali in Fiqh. I'm a Hanbali Mathab. Man, these guys know Arabic language. No lugha. Don't understand Mustalah Hadith. Don't understand Usool Fiqh. So I want to talk to some of them guys, them brothers. There's some scholars from Egypt, from Azhar I met. Some scholars that have this opinion. When you say about the Hanbali Mathab, right? There's some scholars, they would say the Hanbali Mathab is really not a Mathab. I don't agree with this opinion, right? But there's some from Egypt, some Mashaykh, some of them from Al-Azhar that said the Hanbali Mathab, right? It's not really a Mathab. It's ulum al-hadith. Imam Ahmed is from the muhaddithin, the ulama al-hadith, right? But we know there is an Hanbali Mathab, right? So they would say it's related to the science of hadith, the Mathab of Imam Ahmed. I don't understand how you guys say you're an Hanbali in Fiqh, you call yourself the Hanbali Mathab, don't know Arabic language. You cannot connect to Mustalah Hadith without Arabic language. You can't understand Islamic sciences without Arabic language. Then the fiqh issues related to the Mathab are based on Hadith and Quran. We're going to find a lot of the fiqh issues based on al-hadith. Imam Ahmed was what? Muhaddith. All that's connected to the Arabic language. So how are you going to connect to the Hanbali Mathab and you don't know the science of hadith and you don't know the Arabic language? That's what I don't get for the people who say they are the Hanbali Mathab from here on Facebook. No Arabic language. Know nothing about Mustalah Hadith. And know nothing about Lugha Arabiya. Only in America this nonsense. Only in America this nonsense. How? 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 Only in America this nonsense. How? How this? I don't understand where these trends come from. Everybody wants to go to the back door to seek ilm, but no one wants to go to the front door to learn religion. Arabic language, sticking with a scholar, putting years of work. Arabic language, sticking to a scholar through either a university or studying at the foot of the sheikh. Waste is like wasting time. You get no fruit. If you go to the back door, there's no benefit. There's no fruit for whatever you putting work in. Going through these back doors, not learning Arabic, you'll always be thirsty, and you will never get it from translated things. You will never get it because everything's not translated in the Deen and English language, unfortunately. And if it was, you still won't be able to get it. Because the Arabic language is even connected into the Islamic sciences. All Islamic sciences are connected to the Arabic language. Every last one of them. You tell me any Islamic science, all of them are connected to the Arabic language because the Islamic science are derivatives from Quran, which is in Arabic, and the recorded Sunnah of the Prophet through Hadith, and that's in Arabic language. Stop kidding ourselves.